I love you. Welcome back to the Couch Potatoes. Big old couch for you to come on in, sit on down, have yourself a seat, and relax.
Oh,
I'm the Green Charlie from Gorsh.
Yeah. Come on in and relax. It's it's still nice in Alaska at this time of year, I think.
Nice in Alaska?
In Alaska, yeah, I think so. I think it's probably kind of cool, like in the 40s and 50s, but I'm sure it's still nice.
Yeah, the sun's not setting at all.
Well, that I think is in June, in the month of June.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just know it's around summertime that it just goes on forever.
Yeah. Well, it's September now, so it's almost not summertime.
I'm so happy. I can't wait for fall.
I do love fall. I do. This is Green and Faceless on the Couch. I am the Faceless Leon. Yeah. This is a podcast about movies and TV, and we're back to the Disney playlist. It feels like a long time. We had a mid-break into the Disney playlist.
This little illegal trans alien got transgender surgery. Thank you, Donald Trump. I appreciate it. Little topical joke there. Oh my god! If you watched the debate, boy, what a hilarious time! And we're not even here to talk about that, but it's around the same time that we're recording. You know that happened.
Let's talk about this child's movie instead.
Yeah.
Instead,
let's get away from the real world and go to Disney, that place where we always escape to.
Yeah, and just ignore that it is part of the corporate machine and like pretty close to the top, actually. In a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But we're going to ignore that today and politics, and we're going to talk about Brother Bear.
Yeah, instead we're going to talk about spirits and the afterlife and big old bears.
Big old bears. So,
I got nothing on this one. Bear? Let's say that...
you want to be a bear?
No, I don't want to be a bear.
Joaquin Phoenix.
If anything, I would want to be a sloth.
I know.
Yeah, I know. What the fuck, Joaquin Phoenix? I didn't even realize this was him when I was a kid. Okay, so here's the backstory for me. I watched this movie. We like to do this on our Disney playlist where we talk about, our relationship with these movies as kids. I practically didn't have one with this movie. I watched this movie some point in my childhood, and I just don't remember it. Like, I remember it now because I rewatched it, of course. But, from before this, like, I had no idea. Like, I could not have told you a single thing about this other than the fact that I could have easily assumed that bears were involved. But that was about that was the extent. Yeah.
I think this is all about a family named the Bears. And
that's fair.
Yeah.
Berenstain.
Did we watch the same movie?
No,
anyhow,
I don't know if I even watched this movie. It was on.
It was on? You didn't watch it? But it was on.
No, I watched it.
Okay.
I watched it. Well, it's just...
It's just what?
No, it's just Disney's. Disney... It's like Disney kind of just like... It's good.
Yeah.
I will say that up front. It is a good movie. But it really just feels like Disney just kind of had a moment where they were like all in a room looking around. And it's just like, all right, what ideas do we have? And somebody's like, I don't know, man. How about a brotherly dude gets transformed into a bear and
call it Brother Bear?
That's all I got so far. Yeah, and they're like, all right, yeah, that works. Run with it. We'll give you 2 months. And he was just like, okay.
Well, I remember seeing this one.
I don't know,
in theaters.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess it is. I don't know why I'm shocked. You would have been like proper age for this, like 8 or 9. Oh, no, I'm 11.
Yeah.
Well then.
Yeah. I felt honestly when I watched it that it wasn't. That I wasn't the target audience. I would have liked it better 2 years earlier.
That's fair. You're getting too old. You were a grown-ass child by then.
And my grandmother used to take us to the movies every year. After a certain point in our life, she would take us to the movies and then to dinner every year, and that would be our birthday gift. Because I enjoyed going to the movies. And this is one that I chose one year. Man, I went to some real stinkers because, I don't want to go see something that somebody's going to end up making out with my grandma. I mean, I'm going to... gross.
See, that's the thing is, like, when you're a kid,
Good luck,
you don't
Chuck.
think about...
I watched that with my parents. That was not great.
Hey, I can top that easily. I can top that easily. Last House on the Left.
Oh no!
I watched Last House on the Left with my parents.
That happened with my wife as well, actually, in her family. And her dad, usually when stuff happens that they didn't like watching, would just fast forward until it was over, and it just kept on going and going, and then.
Yep.
And then he paused it and fast forwarded it, without looking at it, and turned it back. Turned it back on. It was still going, and he's like, "Well, take that one out." And they didn't watch it.
It's brutal, man. That one's brutal. Oh
yeah.
How did we get to Last House on the Left from? Oh, your grandma.
No.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
This is.
Your grandma taking you to see movies and how
I know, but it's just that was
Chuck.
too much of a jump to you needed to mention the in between jump. So anyhow, it's set in Alaska. If that joke that I made earlier did not make any sense.
Well, it happened in Alaska. Is you got these three brothers at the start. What was it? They're all gifted like totems or something.
Yes, they get from the shaman.
Was that Tanana?
Tanana is their name, and they're voiced by Joanne Copeland.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who that is.
Well, she's an actress, and she is.
Good guess.
I guess the sister of Arthur Miller. I didn't know that. But
well then,
yeah,
I know him because he married Marilyn Monroe.
I know him because I went to theater school.
That's fair.
My
reason's better. Oh yeah, that's right. I guess I have read that. But yeah. These three brothers, they're gifted these totems. One's gifted, what was it, an eagle?
Yep, it's for leadership, guidance, rather.
Yeah.
Yeah, the eldest is Keanu. No, sorry. It's it's Sitka.
Sitka.
Yeah.
Sitka.
And that's voiced by D.B. Sweeney.
Hey, I know the name. I can't remember why I know the name. We talked about him before on the show, though. We talked about him in Dinosaur. That's right.
Okay.
Yes.
Was he the main guy in Dinosaur? Was he alien?
Man, I got nothing. Alliance. He was Aladar.
Aladar, that's the main character. Yeah.
He was in a movie called After Sex. He played Tony.
Oh wow. So yeah, he dies. Oh, that's spoilers, but that's kind of the impetus of the whole plot. They kind of fridge his character.
Spoilers. It's good though.
He gets fridged essentially.
Yeah. Sorry, man.
So that the other two brothers will go after the grizzly bear. And I'll let you finish talking about the totems. I kind of jumped ahead.
Well, I mean, I don't remember what the other brother he gets for his totem.
He gets a wolf, which is for wisdom.
A wolf, there we go.
Not a fish.
Fish.
Don't make fun of these people's culture.
I'm not making fun of it. I legitimately didn't know if it was a fish or a wolf or what it was. I just made a guess. But no, he gets a wolf. But the big thing is, as you mentioned, the grizzly bear kills Sitka. And the bear was what Kenai, voiced by Joaquin Phoenix, that's what he got as his totem.
Yes.
And so he's really kind of pissed off about that. Yeah, it's the bear for
because
love.
He feels like it's a stupid thing for a man to get. Because he thinks man gotta be macho.
Well, I mean, not even just, I mean, that, but also, he doesn't believe bears are a symbol of love. They're a symbol of thieving.
Right.
They steal his salmon.
They're dangerous and, they're scary. Scary Barry.
Scary Barry, Brother Bear. And, but when Sitka is killed by this grizzly bear, it causes kind of a rift between Kenai and Denahi, because Kenai is, kind of pissed at, they're both pretty much pissed at Kenai. Kenai blames the bear for killing Sitka, but deep down he does kind of feel responsible.
Blames himself because initially he went after the bear because it stole their fish. And so the brothers had to come after him. And Sitka died in the process. Really, Sitka sacrificed himself to protect the other two brothers. But this doesn't kill the bear, this sacrifice. It just separates them, the two brothers, from the bear.
Saves their life.
And then Kenai.
It's
Kenai.
Kenai.
You gotta hit the E a little bit harder. Yeah. Kenai.
Yeah, you're right.
He goes after the bear again. And so, his brother has to go after him because that's the wise thing to do.
Yeah, exactly. My brother would go after a bear. Of course,
but I mean, you got to protect your brother. It's his last brother.
Yeah.
He thought he had one more brother the day before, so.
That's true. We didn't mention also, by the way, Denahi is voiced by Jason Reyes. And, oh wow, this was his first and only film before his death in 2004. I did not know that. That's crazy.
That sucks a lot.
That's pretty sad, yeah. But yeah, Kenai, after he kills the bear, in his revenge kick, he is visited by the spirit of his brother, Sitka, and other great spirits. And they put Kenai into the body of a bear. They transform him into a bear. And Kenai, he's now a bear.
He's now a bear, yeah.
He's now a bear.
His brother turned him into a bear to teach him a lesson about stuff.
Yeah.
Because he killed a bear.
Yeah.
And,
How dare you kill a bear?
Anyhow, he gets caught in a trap after talking to some moose. There was two Mises named Rut and Took, who I lovingly call Rut and Tuck. And they're voiced
a better name
by Rick Moranis and Dave Thomas, and their chemistry as comedians beautiful in this is pretty great.
Just absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
They're
very
based off
Canadian.
Of characters by Moranis and Thomas.
Really?
Bob and Doug.
Oh, right. All
yeah.
Right. I see.
Great White North.
Yeah.
Bob and Doug. Yeah. Wow. It's fucking wonderful. Excuse me for saying the F word in the Disney playlist. It's just beautiful, man. I love Rick Moranis, and
yeah, me too.
As a moose, phenomenal.
It works.
He makes
the
a
young
perfect moose.
Yeah, he's the younger brother. And he's just a little extra whinier. I feel like Rick Moranis' characters are always a bit whiny.
Just a bit.
But this one's a little bit whinier because, his older brother's there and he's supposed to be taking care of him, but he's not. Just making fun of me.
Come on, Tuck.
And Dave is like, no, I take care of you. I love you. Oh, there's this scene where he's going to say that he loves him, but he doesn't. He says, I leave you. I don't remember. Leave?
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was.
Leave you. I leave you. Yeah. No, it's wonderful. I love them, and they're also joined by Coda, a young bear cub who's lost his mother, voiced by Jeremy Suarez. Who initially saves Kenai from the trap that he was in. That's right.
I did mention that.
And then Kenai kind of becomes an older brother bear to this young cub. And together they cross the wilderness to get to the Salmon Run, or whatever it's called.
Yeah, the Salmon Run. It's the breeding season of the salmon. They swim upstream of the rivers, and then the bears go nom 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 nom.
Yeah, it's beautiful to see if you've ever watched National Geographic. It's very.
I wouldn't want to be there.
I would not want to be there.
No.
But I love watching the videos of it on that channel.
Yeah. Salmon does taste good, but not good enough that I want to be like near mountain of it. Yeah, they get pretty crowded.
I also don't want to eat it. I don't want to eat it fresh out of the river either. I would want to cooked a little bit.
Well, sure, yeah. Like, we're not bears. Yeah. I'm saying we would fish the fish.
Fish the fish from the bear's mouth.
No, we'll leave the bears alone.
Well, anyways, it's kind of fun, they're adventuring across this wilderness. They come across other bears, one of who's voiced by Michael Clark Duncan.
That's right,
which is beautiful. He's Tug. There's also they're also being hunted by Denahi,
right?
Who thinks the bear killed Kenai, and so now he was on his revenge kick.
Yeah.
And now he wants to chase down the bear and kill it. Except that bear is Kenai because Kenai was transformed into a bear by his brother Sitka.
That's right.
Who is a dead eagle spirit.
Yeah. And in this scene, another spoiler for the movie, Kenai reveals that he's the one who killed Kuba. Is it Kuba? Koda. Jesus. Koda's mother. Koda. Who, he killed Koba's...
Yeah.
God damn it. Help me.
Help me.
Koda...
There's a scene where he reveals that he killed Koda's mother.
Yeah. Koda has been talking about the fact that his mother had this fight with these monsters throughout the film, and that they got separated. So he does not actually know that his mother's dead, but Kenai makes that,
drops the ball,
well, doesn't drop like he intentionally tells the truth. He decides it's the right thing to do, and then they have a falling out, and the cub runs away.
Though,
yeah,
I will give this movie credit for not going the obvious route of having Kenai bottle that information up until like this momentous climactic third act.
Right.
Like I do applaud it,
like
when
where
the villain
is like, guess what he did to your mother?
He shot the bitch right through her heart, and then he tumbled her off of a cliff, and he stabbed her and skinned her, and
then 7 dwarves like used a lever to drop a giant rock on me. I mean, his mother.
His first act as a grizzly bear was to fuck a fish.
No, I like it because it's real, but also kind of hard, because from the before he gets transformed into a bear, this being Kenai, the film was from the perspective of these tribal people dealing with a bear that first stole and then caused the death of one of their tribe members. So, from that perspective, from the human perspective, you killed a dangerous bear, maybe. It wasn't necessary. Other people in the tribe knew that, but Kenai wanted his revenge. And then, his perspective gets flipped. And that's what I do like about this movie, is that it gives a different perspective. Not halfway through the film, but like there's a clear shift. Yeah, he learns a lot about love.
You don't know everybody's
as
story.
His totem thought he would. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know everybody's story. It's a beautiful kind of reveal. I mean, it's obvious at the same time once you
Sure.
Once you get in there and you find out, like Coda says that he's lost his mother, that's kind of all they leave it to at the beginning.
Right.
Is like, he's just like, I lost my mother. And Kenai has no reason to believe, to put it together that, lost mother, I just killed a bear, that has to be the same.
Right.
He's got no reason to believe that. But from an audience perspective, we're kind of like,
does he even know that if he's in the same place or not?
Yeah, exactly. He's really disoriented. He just got transformed into a fucking bear. But it's nice because it's like, from an audience perspective, we obviously know. Once we hear that factoid, our brain immediately goes, shit.
Yeah, that's irony.
It's nice that, yeah, exactly, and it's nice that once that irony is revealed to the characters, rather than let it snowball into this grand third act reveal that's just ridiculous, they get it out of the way up front, and you have this really good emotional build up to the third act.
It is the conflict. It is the conflict of the film, rather than there being a villain in the film.
Although Denahi is kind of accidentally a villain.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But
accidentally.
Yes, but we understand that as soon as he receives information, he has no... He's not evil.
Exactly, yeah. His emotional...
he's out for revenge. He's wrong, but he learns that he's wrong at the end of the film.
But is he, though?
To go after the bear?
He's also not wrong. He's not wrong to go after the bear, but at the same time, he's wrong because the bear didn't kill Kenai.
Right.
But
you think he should have gone after the
Kenai,
bear? You think
if the bear had killed Kenai? No, I don't think so. I mean, I read Moby Dick. I toiled for a whole year and a half to get through that goddamn thing. So it's like, I know that it's not worth it to chase down your white whale because you don't win in the end.
No.
But at the same time, I'm not gonna. I understand why somebody would be driven to feel the need to do that.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to blame them or say that they're wrong in making that choice.
We as humans find it hard to blame Denahi because we know what he's been through. So that's what makes him a good antagonist.
We're not humans. I'm a green alien and you're a blob person.
Right. You're right. I am a blob person. I can't relate to this film at all.
Yeah. You're a male lover bear played by Greg Proops. What are you talking about? You can relate.
Yeah.
Greg Proops is in this. Hey, go Greg Proops. Go Greg He somehow Proops. Made it into Disney.
I do want to point out, I do think that this is a good film. I think I'm going into my closing statement. I know it's kind of early.
By all means.
But I feel like the film had, great story arc throughout. They do some things that they're trying not to be super obvious about, at least with how they reveal things. Because we know, like you and I said, there is that irony there, and I like it when shows, especially children's shows, play with that, because that's how our classic storytelling, at least in Western culture, used to work. There's a lot of irony all the time.
Yeah, we love that shit.
Yeah.
We steep in it.
Yeah. And so I do like that. And all in all, at the end of the movie, I do feel good. When I watched it as a kid, I didn't think it was for me. I thought, it's just another Disney movie. It's not Aladdin. Same. It didn't knock anything off my top 10 for Disney or anything. But as an adult rewatching it, I do think it's a fine film. It's good. And I do think it's important for us to have, native cultures positively depicted. I don't know how accurate this depiction is of this culture. It's supposed to be a post Ice Age culture, so they could they could have used the Inuit culture, but I don't think they did. I don't know what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
But I still think it's important to have positive interpretations of people like that because of well, how Europeans first, colonized the area, but also how Native peoples were depicted in early Hollywood and stuff. I think it's important to have stuff like this, but there's really not that many Native actors in the film at all. I think
are there any?
The narrator, he is actually from Alaska and from the Yupik people. His name, I'm gonna give it a try, is Ngai Yukwak Oscar Kawagle. I don't know if that's any good, but
yeah, applause you. I think that's good.
Thank you. But he's the narrator, at which I think at some point becomes is who Denahi becomes, because he's the storyteller.
Yeah, I think so.
But like they do the thing where he's
it's kind of shoehorned.
Yeah, they do the thing where he's Kawagli is narrating, right? And they do the thing where Denahi is seen older and he's speaking in a native language, which probably I'm guessing they would pick Yupik, and he's like translating the story. The narrator is. And then everybody speaks English once we're in the story.
Right. Which I like that.
Yeah.
It's a good...
If you're going to mix it...
It's a good way to symbolize it, like, because otherwise it's... I don't know.
Otherwise everybody speaks
nitpick to complain
English.
About things like that.
Yeah,
exactly. But if they hadn't done that, assholes like me would have just been like, why the fuck are they speaking English? It makes no sense, Dad.
They're speaking English, but they don't have English names.
It's so stupid. I don't get it. But no, I like that they did that. It does, I don't know. To bounce off of what you had said, did you rate it? I don't think you rated it. I did not
rate it. I do give it a full face. I think it's worth watching. It is a little run-of-the-mill, but it's one of the better on that side of the Disney films, I'll say.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree with pretty much everything you said. I have a very similar experience. I couldn't give a rat's ass about it as a kid. Upon rewatching as an adult, I did enjoy it more, but even with all the good, it's still really bland. It's just Disney show.
Yeah.
There's not much to it. It's just kind of as you said, run of the mill.
Not quite a bit of wow factor. Like what I did talk about, Aladdin earlier. They had Robin Williams as Genie. I'm not saying you got to get Robin Williams in every film, but
no,
that wow factor to it.
They got Rick Moranis.
They did get Rick and Dave. You're right. But
it's not a one-to-one thing. That's the problem.
It's not, because they're also not main characters. Like, no. Genie's a main character, and I guess they are like.
And that's the thing.
Third build here.
You got to reach that level. You got to fill up the tank to the Robin Williams level. So if you're bringing in Rick Moranis, then hey, that's freaking great.
Yeah.
You got to bring in somebody else.
Joaquin Phoenix is a wonderful.
Okay, we got Joaquin Phoenix
performer,
but he is a wonderful performance. But kids everywhere go, who?
Yeah, exactly.
And everybody's like, well, he's the thumbs down guy and Gladiator, and kids are like, who?
Who?
And it's just like, okay,
have you seen Signs?
Fuck, we're out of money. Shit.
Just mentioned a whole bunch of really old movies.
But no, I think it's just kind of forgettable. It doesn't, as you said, it doesn't wow. And that's kind of sad, because I like films where there's no villain, but there's still that plausible villain. There's still a moral antagonist that's presented, but he's not really a villain. You understand his reasoning, you understand his goals. It's just the irony of the situation, and we as the audience are left being like, oh, please don't kill the bear. And it's, I love that drama, and I love that idea of not having to need this Judge Frollo kind of villain to power through it. But there really isn't much else that sticks with me. I love the story, and the voice acting is great, but I'm going to forget this one looking back.
Yeah. You know what? If it was a musical, I think it would be better. There is like one point.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, like, that used to be their bread and butter, but at this point they were trying to go away from that, and I get why. Because
they did have a song about being a brother or something, right?
They have musical numbers by Phil Collins in it, but
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
you know, I feel like if the film was a more traditional Disney movie musical, maybe it could have had a little bit more draw to it. But then again, I watched Wish earlier this year, and Disney, what the fuck? God. That movie?
Yeah, that one hurt.
You watched it?
I watched it in theaters, brother.
That's just a bad movie. I'm sorry. It's just the worst.
Yeah, that's one of those movies that you walk out and you look at your wallet and you think, I should cut out my debit card so I don't do this again.
Yeah, I gotcha. It was a bad movie.
Yeah. No, it's with Brother Bear though, I'll give it 2.5 stars. It's not bad. It shouldn't get 2 stars, but it's definitely a forgettable movie. Sure. It's not something I'm going to recall within a couple weeks. I'm going to look back and be like, what was that movie about again? And I'll be like, oh yeah, something to do with bears and brothers.
Yeah, I mean, if it's not on your Disney regular list and you're looking to shake it up, it's worth, throwing in there.
Shake it up.
Shake it up. All right.
That's the show, baby girls and boys and potatoes everywhere.
Potatoes.
Thanks for joining.
Yes.
If you like this, we've been doing the the Disney playlist. We've been doing the Disney playlist for quite some time. We've got quite a lot of episodes you can catch up on if you haven't. Check us out at patreon.com/greenandfaceless, youtube.com @fictionworks19.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. Just search FictionWorks19. You'll find us. We're all there. We currently, as of the time of this recording and of the posting of this episode, hopefully, we have a poll live for our
next
October potato pick.
Yes.
I just put it up there. We've got some good ones, and I highly recommend you check it out.
Wink, 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 wink.
Some of it. Scary for us. Yeah. Scary for us. One of the options is Human Centipede 3, a deep dive.
Why? Don't tell them about it here.
I'm telling them about it here because it got a lot of attention the last time we had it up on the polls. And so if you're interested in a Human Centipede 3 deep dive, head on down to patreon.com/greenandfaceless and youtube.com /@fictionworks19/community. It's on our community page there. If you're able to find the FictionWorks19 channel,
we should know.
Find the community page.
Pretty sure it's like 1917.
Vote.
It's FictionWorks 1917.
1967.
I don't know why they made me add another number to it. But anyhow, that's the show.
It's in there. You'll find us. That's the show. I'm the Green Traveler from Gorsh.
And I am the Faceless Leon. Safe travels and good night.
Green and Faceless on the Couch is a proud production of FictionWorks 19. Are you a fan of the show? Feel free to contact us at greenandfacelessfans@gmail.com or visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/greenandfaceless. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, or rate us on Apple Podcasts. Thank you so much for listening.